Welcome everyone, it's Joni again, and it's Granny J. Clay. And I am going to show you, I picked something out that I thought was fairly easy, but yet it's similar to the elephant that I just made. So I wanted to show you how to make this snowman. I may have shown you the first one that I made. I'm going to wait and show you that at the end. But what I'm using, I rolled out some, let me show you, Sculpey Primo. I'm using gloves. I did roll out my Primo Pearl first, and then what I didn't want to do is get red all over my hands because I'll be working with the Primo Pearl, so I put on some gloves. I'll be taking them off after a bit. But anyway, this is a Sculpey Primo. I buy this in 1 pound if I can find it and get it because I use it so much. It's just a wonderful clay to use. And then this one is Sculpey 3. I have some Sculpey 3, and generally when I use Sculpey 3, I use it with Primo, because this Sculpey 3 is not, when it bakes, is not quite as strong as the Primo. So I can put them together, and then this makes this a little bit stronger. And, well, maybe I'll just show you as I go. So let's make this snowman and see how that works. What I have to do first is I have to remove my red. So I'll put that over there. And I'm going to bring this about right there. And then what I'm going to do is take it and cut it. Oh, there's my timer again. I have the heart for my elephant under the lights because I put some resin on him. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, actually, I'll make sure that is good. I'm going to put this, I like my Christmas ornaments to be quite substantial. Plus when I do this, I know that I'm going to get a really good print from, as you can see, there's an eye, a nose, a mouth that sticks out, there's a scarf, arms, and some earmuffs. This is the other side of it. So let's see how this works. I see how I've got a little piece of green here. I don't think I'll use that area, but I'm going to just scrape it off and stick it over there. Okay. Push this here. Make sure I'm going to take my acrylic roller and just give this a quick roll. Make sure they're sealed together and there's no air in there. Okay. Always helps to have some gloves on too. All right, let me just push this on. I don't put a piece of plastic over this when I cut it. It's not necessary to have a beveled edge for this. So, and that's why I put plastic on. So let's see how this does, shall we? Okay, I'm just going to give it a little push, and then I'm going to bring in my acrylic block and lay it on top of it and really push. So this is the cutest little snowman, I think. Anyway, it's the same cutter, same type of cutter as I got from Sweet Prince. But I didn't get this one from Sweet Prince. I'm trying to remember where it's from. If I remember, I'll tell you. If I don't, I probably won't. Okay, let's see how this worked out. Did it get all the way through? Yeah, it did. Okay. I'm just going to cut it off here like that. Just get it off. I don't have to pull on it too much. And, okay. I'm going to bring in this for now. Put this over here. Okay, let's see how we did. I may have to push them out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And you know what you can do too is you can dip this in cornstarch before you do it if you want to. Okay, I think he's going to be pretty good. Let's see. If not, I'll just do it over again. Okay, brought that up. He's so cute. It did pull it up a little bit, but I think I can just fix it by putting it down again. Isn't that adorable? He's just cute. Okay, I'll make sure that his earmuffs are on there right. This earmuff is good. I think that's good. Okay, we'll set that aside. And I'm going to make sure he's, oops, just pulled my whole thing. Okay. My glass mat down. He was stuck pretty good. Now you'll notice he's got little crumbles on the back and stuff. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put red on the back. But if you want to, you can just kind of brush it if that bothers you. But basically, I think he's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just take this off, put that over there. Now, what I would like to do is to make a little texture on this, because this is going to be on the back. So let's see here. What should we do for that little guy? I might cut this in half. And I think what I'll use is if I can get it, is this. This makes such a nice texture. This is one of those mats that I used to have under a rug at our house, but we never use it anymore, so I cut it up, and now I use it for my texture sheet sometimes. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to run it through. Oh, and this is run through on a 0 as well, but it's not doubled, of course. So it'll just be a single ply on the back. So now I'm going to run it on a 0, which is the widest, and we'll see what we get. To see the reveal with me. That's pretty, isn't it? I really like that print. Okay, now because we want the print on the back and not up against the snowman, be sure you turn it over when you do that. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Now I'm going to come back in, and because this isn't double, it should just cut through. We'll see. And we'll have, I could have had this one on the back of that one and cut them all at one time. I could have, but I didn't. All right. This there, and put this there. Now let's get this little guy out too, see? That's good. But let's get him out here. Oh yeah, that comes out pretty easily. All right. Oh, he even picked up a few marks, but not too many. Now what I want to do is I want to use a little bit of my Genesis. And so I'm going to bring some over. I've got just a little bottle here too. I've shown you this before, only it was a bigger container of it. And I'm just going to rub this a little bit so that when it goes on, it really just stays. It will stay anyway because it's raw clay, but this is just an extra that I do sometimes with the things that I make. Just want to make sure it's going to bond really well when we put them together. Okay. It's sort of like a glue. Let me show you this. This is called Genesis Artist Colors Glazing Gel Heat Set. It says Heat Set Artist Colors. Add to colors for transparency, it says. So you can use this for other things. All right, now let me just wipe that off a little bit with the Kleenex. And I think what I'd like to do is lift this up off of here and get any of my residue. I thought I had it all off, but I don't. Whoops. Slippery little guy. Okay. I'm just kind of softening the edges because it looks like I've got some edges kind of needing it, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. And then when I put it on the white, I may have to soften it again. But as you can see, even the red gets on my, do you see that? The red gets on my gloves too. So now I want to pick up this snowman that's white. So I'm going to take my gloves off. I do not, as best I can, not want to get any red on the white. So let me pick it up, and now we're going to come over and, oh, I'm going to smooth him out too. He's got a couple of ridges here. Just rub your finger and they'll go down. Depending on the kind of clay you're using. But this is fairly soft clay, easy to use and easy to fix. Okay. All right, let me put him on, and then we'll do some more rubbing probably. But I want to line it up for sure up here. And, okay, well, I want the whole thing lined up, but what I'm trying to do is, there, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to press him down just a little bit. Make sure he's nicely attached here. And he is. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to pick him up for just a second. It's just good to check things as you go. Let me just turn him over. I'm touching the red again, so I'm trying to be careful. Okay. Let me just look. And do you see how pretty that is? And the edges are lined up really pretty well. If they aren't, just give it a little bit of a rub. Now I just rubbed some red on that. It's easy to do. Okay, see if I can just get a little bit of that. Yeah, came right off. Okay. And let's see about this. Okay. I'm just giving that a pretty good push. It had a ridge, kind of a ridge sticking up on it. But I think that is very good. Okay. So I'm going to turn him around. Isn't he cute? He's just really cute. Now what I want to do is I want to go in and give him a scarf, and I'm going to cut it out of the red, and I want to give him some red earmuffs as well. So let's just see how that works. Sorry, I hit my nose. And I'm going to make red gloves. We'll see. We'll see if that works or doesn't work. So I'm coming back in. I'm going to set him over to the side. I think I'll roll this, where is it? With my acrylic roller just a little bit here and flatten that. It looked like it had a ridge on it, so I flattened that out a little bit. Now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to clean off my cutter just a little bit, as the clay wants to stick to it. Okay, so now I'm going to just push this down again, and then I'll be able to come in with my X-Acto knife and take the pieces that I want, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see if it because this is on the outside, we should be able to see it. We'll see. And this is on the inside. I might have to put a double piece. I can't remember. I must have done that before. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to roll this again, you guys. I just was thinking, oh, you need to double that so you get the print. So let me just do this. This is wanting to slide all over today. You know what? I have some little rubber things that I can put under here. When I'm working by myself, I keep these little rubber feet. I mean, when I don't have the video going, not by myself. I always work by myself. So I just stick them under the edges, and I've got some soft feet on this mat. That's why it moves around so much. We attached, you know those things you can buy in the store, the hardware store, and attach them to the bottom of chairs so they slide? I've got some of those under here so that if I want to move this around a little bit, I can. But the thing of it is that most of the time I want it to sit still. So those rubber pieces help. All right, so I just have to redo this one more time. Make sure it's on 0. All right. And I'm gonna run it through once, fold it over, put it in, fold it in first. Okay, here we have it. I'm going to roll it just a little bit, not much. And I'm going to flip it over. See if we can do it without... Okay, this little guy is about that long. Let me just take it here. I'm just going to do that. Roll out the air, and it's still double. Okay, now we'll bring this guy in. And we should be able to see the print better. You know, I've only made one other of these snowmen, but I just like him so much. He's so cute. He's got the cutest little face, doesn't he? Just the cutest little face on him. So I think I will be making more of him. Just want to make sure now I've got the scarf because I want the scarf imprinted, the mittens, and the ear muffs. So I'm going to pull this off here, come around, hold it together. There we go. And now, if he doesn't come off of here, I'm going to have to help push him off. Okay. But like I said, you can use cornstarch. Okay, that'll work. That should work. Okay. Now remember, we only want the earmuffs. Only want the earmuffs and the scarf. So let's see if we can do this without making a big mess of it. When you just make one of these, like I did, I just made one before, instead of a bunch of them, you kind of forget how you did it. But I have this idea in my head, and I think it's gonna work. Okay. And I think what I'll do is bring in my little, this I got at Michael's. It's got a little rubber end and it's flexible. And there's a piece of red sticking out like a fringe up here. Oh, that worked perfectly. So I just put that in there and yeah, that should work nicely. Now what I'm going to do is I have this tiny little X-Acto knife that you can put, actually you can put on your finger like this to cut it, but I can't get the right grip with that, I've noticed. So I just take it and do it this way. Make sure that it's screwed on nice and tight. Sometimes I use my X-Acto knife and it likes to screw off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'll take the mittens or the arms. Take the arms. Okay, there's one. We're dissecting him. Coming up from the bottom, kind of holding on to that piece with my other finger as I take it off. Okay. Okay. And him, he's cute. Now when I take something this big off, like I'm going to start right there, I'm going to come all the way down. And I'm going to come up here, follow that, take that off, make sure I've got it cut just so. And then we'll come around this way. And come down there and across there. Okay, so we've revealed the scarf here, little by little here. All right, now I'm going to come across like that. And I'm going to come in and pick that up like that. Now, when you take these pieces that you're cutting off, the red or whatever backing you choose to put on, you don't have to put a backing on. This is double thickness without the backing, but I like the backing. I'm a backing girl. Okay. You have to kind of finagle it and work with it. You know, you don't want these funny ends, but as you put it on here, now I still need to get the earmuffs, but let's put this on first. Okay. I think that looks cute. I'm going to put just a little bit. I'll bring this back over so you can kind of see him. There we go. Let's put just a, let's see, I don't want to use that. What should I use? I will use maybe, no, I don't want to use that either. Okay, I'll use my finger. We'll come in and just put this here. Let's put a little there. And then I'm going to put a little on the scarf. This is the Genesis. This is that Genesis glazing gel. And so it's going to make it stick to it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is bring this in first. Make sure it's where it's supposed to be. Okay. There and there. And bring this down here a little bit. Okay. I'm going to push him in a little, or push him down a little. Okay. That looks cute. Okay. Then I'm going to even put him in place even a little bit more. You'll see what I'm going to do here in a second. All right, I see that this corner over here has a little crack, so I'm coming back in to fix him. So you can see how we make him 3D. I'm going to come in and make this one go here. And I'm going to bend that part down. So he really looks like he's got some mittens on. And we'll bring this guy back over too. And I'll put him right there. All right, let's bring this in and help. Okay, there we go. It's kind of fiddly, but it's cute. And if you want to have kind of fun with something and make it 3D, it's just fun. So I would encourage you to try it. Just try it, try it. Okay, so there's the mittens, the scarf, and I'm going to get his, the hard part till last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around this part like that. Then I'm going to come over where I cut it and come here. Okay. And cut this like that. And I can trim it up just a little bit. Okay? I can come in and do some trimming. Okay. And I pick it up. Hopefully you can see it. Like I said, this is fiddly. If you don't like fiddly, I wouldn't try this, but it's a fun thing to do too. All right, Now I've got one of these old sticks from Michael's. Ooh, it is really dirty. Got some clay there and everything else. But I'm going to bring this in because it's not as flexible, it's harder. And that's what I want, is something just a little bit harder. And I want to come around the edge of the earmuffs here. Okay. And then come around this one. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. Sometimes if there's a little edge, if you bring this in and work with it a little bit, you can push the edge up against the clay and it kind of blends in. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. I don't want much of an edge to show because, you know, it's on white or pearl. Now I'm going to try to get this off very carefully. And what I'm doing is coming more toward me than I am toward the earmuffs. They're coming. Maybe I'll start here. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to go on the other side now and come toward the middle. But I'm kind of working in the shadow now, so it's hard to see it a little bit. Oh, and then I blew it. I cut into those, so I'm going to just push them back together, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. And then bring this back in. There we go. All right, now I should be able to do it this way. Hopefully. Okay. All right. Like I said, it's fiddly. And if if you're the kind of person that has some patience and you know that if you slow down a little bit and work with it, that it'll come together. And that's kind of what this is. That thin piece up there is always kind of a stinker. I remember that when I made my first one. Okay, what I'm going to do now is put a little bit on here and a little bit around the edge here. Just a little bit, just enough so it gets sticky. Wipe it off my finger so I don't get it on the red. Let's see if I can just start this way, like right there. And I'm going to just bring it around, just like that. Okay, I'm going to push it down a little bit. Oh, that's just cute. Oh, my dog came running down. Hi, Bella. Hi. Did you go outside with Grandpa? You're a good girl. Yeah. All right. So there we've got that. And now let me turn it a little bit and get this one too. This piddly work is worth it. You want to smooth things out to your best ability anyway. There we go. There's that one. Okay. So it doesn't look so goofy when you get it all done. Oops. And it usually takes me a while. It seems like I, as you can see, go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth a little bit. Okay. So that one's there. I'm going to push it down a little bit. Down but up. Down but up. Okay. And this one wants to have an edge still. Okay. I shouldn't call this one easy. This is mediocre. It's not real easy, so it just takes time. All right, make sure it's on the ears. Got it there. Got it there. Make sure it's smooth. Smooth over there. Okay. Oh, that's cute. He's cute. Okay, this one isn't right on, so let me get it right on. There we go. That's better. Okay. And now I want to smooth out that edge there, so I'll just tap right into it. Like that. I see this one has an edge too, so let me just smooth that out a bit. And, you know, these are things that you can do probably with a sander, but the more you can do, or a piece of sandpaper, the more you can do before you put it in the oven, the better. And I do tend to be a little picky, but why not? When you're making something, why not? Okay. All right. Are we good here? I think we are. Okay. All right. For me, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is, excuse me, I'm going to take just my little ball tool and make some indentations on the scarf. Not hard, just kind of soft, like that. There we go. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come down this way. And continue to just kind of hit it here and there. This is my smallest ball tool. I bought a set of these at Michael's when I first started in clay so many years ago. And they don't get old. You can use them over and over. In fact, you can smooth sometimes with them. Okay, so I'll put that there, there, there. All right, this is what we have so far. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. So we've got that side and that side. Isn't that cute? Yeah, that's cute. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of this red clay and run it through on a 0 again. Let me do this. And I'll get rid of my cutter here. Get some of this other stuff off my... okay, I'll be using that, so I'll leave that there. Now what I want to do is I want to give him a couple of buttons. And you could use, you could make the indentation with your ball tool with this one, or even with a bigger one. 1, 2. In fact, I might just do that. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to make some with the clay. And you could come back and just set a bead in there, glue a bead in there. But I think what I want to do is get something here. Let me see. Something for the buttons. Buttons. What can I make for my buttons? On my other one, I made hearts for my buttons. But this one, I think, let's see. I'm just going to go with a round button on this one. But I have these little plunger ones that will push it out. Excuse me. Okay, I'll roll it so it's double. Since everything else on them is double, I'm going to roll this, and I'm going to punch out just 2. Thankfully, it did just come up on its own instead of me having to plunge it out. When you have to hit the plunger, it leaves a mark on the button. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of my Genesis, and I'm going to put one right beside the scarf, one right there, and I'll put another one, let's see, just a bit down further. Okay, just kind of press on them a little bit, and then there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I have a tiny little, this is called Impress Art. You use this to pound into a metal disc or something, but I use it for clay too. This, I don't know even if you can see it, but it's a tiny little bitty heart. And I've got bigger ones. These have flowers. And this one has a flower on it too. In fact, I might do a flower on that just because. Let's see what we can do. I just line it up. Not too particular. Oh, that's cute. You know why? It kind of looks like a snowflake. Let me see if you can see that. I'll get you down further and move him over. Okay, there he is. Can you see that? So the flower made it look kind of like a snowflake. Oh, he's just cute. He is just cute. Now, we're going to come back out a little ways. And I have to do something with his nose. And his nose is, let's see here. I'm going to get some gold to put on there. And let's see, where is my gold? I could use Pearl powders, I could, but I'm going to use this gold. It's called Autumn Gold. It'll look sort of orangey. And this is the Pearlescent Liquid Acrylic. So you have to shake it. Shaky, shaky, shaky. And I'm going to turn him sideways so I can come at this easier. And I've already used that for wiping something, not my nose. So I'm going to lay that there. I see it just dropped some of that. That was crusty on the outside over there. And then I'm going to use one of my smaller brushes to get in there. And let's see, which one do I want? Would that one work? It's not pointed though. Well, it might. Okay, this is a tiny brush. And I'm going to just kind of dab, dab, dab. Yeah, that's going to work, I think. Okay. So he's going to have, instead of a carrot nose, well, it will look like a carrot nose. And this bakes well, you know. And the nice thing about it is after it comes out of the oven, if it's not dark enough, I can just go ahead and add more to it. So there he is. There's his little nose. Let's open that up a little bit more so you can see. And let's see here. I really don't do anything to his eyes or his mouth, but let's give him some little red cheeks. Shall we? Shall we do that? Or little pink cheeks, not red. Little pinky cheeks. Her, so it'll be a her probably. So let's see here. What do I want to use? I think I will use this pearl powder. So let's put this away. Throw that away. Put that over there. And I'm going to. Here comes my husband with the puppies. And then I'm going to put on some pearl powder right on her little cheeks. Because it's cold out, you know. She's cold. Oh, he brought me a package that came. Ooh, maybe you can stick around and I'll open it up. We'll see what that is. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, where is it? One of my ball tools. Not that one, that's too big. I'm going to take this ball tool, it's a little bit bigger. And very lightly, I'm going to go into the pearl. And I'm just going to go like that. Isn't that cute? Little dimples. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, so it doesn't need any more than that, I don't think, anyway. And I'll wipe that off. And this off. Now what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to bring in my my Pearl X powder. This is Pearl White. Put the pink away. And I'm going to put just a little bit on each of the buttons. Very little bit. So I need just a small brush again. Let's see. I got these itty bitty brushes. Teensy weensy brushes. So I'm going to just come in and I'll knock it off first. And then I'm just going to come over like that. Make sure it gets into the ridges. And I'll show you what I'll do with it. You could really leave it like that, and it would be just fine. Okay. You want to make sure the flowers got enough, or in this case it looks like a, yeah, that's cute. All right, now I'm going to bring in a piece of Scotch tape. I'm going to lay it on top, just press it on top, and it should see, it takes the excess off. Isn't that cool? Now this is just a small little area. There you go. And sometimes you can do that even before you put it on, but that's all I want to do. I just want a little bit of a touch there. And you know what? I'm just looking at this. I might want to put even just a little bit. Let me think. Okay. I am going to grab my bag of, and it is a bag of, let me show you, makeup pads. And grab a clean one, a new one out of there. And that's what it looks like. It's just like that. And I'm going to just take a little bit of this. In fact, I'll just dip it in there and then I'll come back out and go like that. And what I'm going to do is there. See, I'm just going to add some highlights. You can still see. Oh, that's even just cuter. Yes, I like that. So it makes it look like it's snowing or something, doesn't it? So I'll just put a little bit here just to get a little shine, a little bit here, a little bit there, dab, 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 dab. Okay. And I guess a little bit on this side too. Oh, that's just cute. That is really cute. Okay, let me just lift it up here. Should be able just to pick it up and show you. Isn't that just adorable? So it's like, oh. What was I going to say? It's like something. I can't remember. Does that ever happen to you? I get caught up in what I'm doing and then I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I think that's just adorable. And I'm going to barely hold it, show you the back. Now I'm going to bake it at 275 for an hour. Yeah, that's just cute. Oh, I'm real pleased with that one. Now if you wanted to, I'll show you the other one that I had made, and I put resin on my other one. And let me just get rid of this so we don't get this all over everything. You know how it is with Pearl X powder. It does get all over everything. Sorry, I need to bring her back here. Okay. I'm going to bring in the first one that I made. And put it right beside here. They're cute. I put a little bit of a heart off to the side on this one. I could do that with that too if I wanted to. But I don't think I'll do that. Since these have some shine on it, I think that's good enough. But they are so cute. Do you see this one too? Blue on the back. And what I did was, after it came out, I have these little screw eyes, and I drilled a little bit of a hole with my, I'll show you, with my pin drill, which is just a hand drill where you can drill something on the top. And then I dropped a little bit of glue in there, and I screwed in my little screw, and so that will be ready for hanging on the tree. Aren't they adorable? Okay, I like them. Now she has to be baked, of course, and cured, and then I will resin her as well, but I think those are just absolutely darling. I hope you like them too. Maybe I'll encourage you to get something, some clay, and make a Christmas ornament as well. I hope so. Have a great rest of your day. God bless you all. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.